Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we started with the Z transform. So I'll just revise what we have done last week. So Z transform transforms the signal into the Z plane. Yes, unmute yourself. Who is this? It transforms the signal into the Z plane, and we can obtain the signal in terms of algebraic equations. So solving that signal will be finding the solution will be more easy with the help of the algebraic equations. And we have seen different types of signals, and we try to obtain the Z transform or the region in which we can obtain the Z transform. So that is the region of convergence of the signal in the Z plane. Okay, so we have taken few signals and tried to obtain the region of convergence, that is the region in which the Z transform of the signal can be obtained. So we have generalized the signal and tried to obtain the Z transform. So we have seen the right-sided signal, finite right-sided signal. Finite means the signal doesn't extend to infinity. So it is a right-sided finite signal. So since it is only right-sided, we can name it as causal signal. So we define the range of the signal and we applied the Z transform for that signal. That is the general equation of the Z transform, that is converting the signal into the Z plane, that is multiplying that with Z raised to minus n. Then we tried, after expanding the signal in terms of the series, that is in terms of Z, then we try to obtain the region of convergence, that is which all for which all values of Z we can obtain the Z transform. So we found out for that finite right-sided signal, the entire Z plane values can be obtained. The Z transform for the signal can be obtained except at origin. So similarly, we found out for the left-sided signals or anti-causal signal, there also we defined the range from a particular minus n minus 1 to 0. So for that we applied again Z transform and we tried to see the values for which we can obtain the Z transform, which is known as the region of convergence. So that slide is missing. So what is the region of convergence for the finite duration left-sided signal? From the equation, can anyone tell? For the right-sided, it was the entire Z plane except Z equal to 0. So here it will be entire Z plane except Z equal to infinity, because everywhere the equation is multiplied by Z raised to n minus 1, Z square, Z raised to 1, like that. Only x of 0 we don't have Z. The rest all terms it is multiplied by Z. Then that means if I put the value for Z as infinity, all terms will become infinite. That means your x of Z will become infinite. So the rest all values it will take Z equal to 0. If I put this equation will become x of Z will become x of 0 only, the rest all will be 0. So only for Z equal to infinity we will get x of Z as infinite. There is no finite value obtained. Now we have seen for the finite duration two-sided. We are clubbing both and we obtained the try to obtain the Z transform. So just clubbing the equations of left-sided and the right-sided signal Z transform. That equation we are just substituting here, and so here it will be the region of convergence will be the combination of the left-sided and the right-sided signal, which is Z equal to 0 and Z equal to infinity. Z transform will not exist. Rest for all points, the Z transform of the signal will exist. So region of convergence is entire Z plane except Z equal to 0. So with this, all these signals were finite signals. There was a limit existing for the signals. So this was the method to find out the ROC or region of convergence. Okay. So now we are going to see for a infinite signal how to find the region of convergence. So method is little different. So this was the summarization of that three signals, right, left, and the two-sided non-signals. Now let us go to the infinite duration right-sided signal. So the signal will exist up to infinity, and it is right-sided, hence the name causal signal. So here the definition, since it is infinite, it will be a series, some n will be greater than 0. Okay, since it is right-sided, it is n should be greater than 0 and it will extend. We don't know what is the limit, it extends up to infinity. So R1 raised to n can take any value from 0 to infinity. So we are defining the signal, infinite right-sided signal, as R1 raised to n, where we are defining n should be greater than or equal to 0. So this is the definition for the right-sided causal infinite signal. Now, if I apply the Z transform for this, the general equation of the Z transform is, can anyone tell what is the general equation of Z transform? Or should I ask? Bhavesh? What is the general equation of Z transform? General equation of Z transform. Shruti Nair. Shruti. Shruti Nair. Shraddha. Shraddha.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Can you tell me what is the equation of Z transform? General equation of Z transform?
U plus JV, is it?
That is the Z plane. Okay, U plus JV is the Z plane in which we are transforming the signal into a Z plane, like how we do in the for this transform, Laplace transform. What we do, we transform that into an S plane, isn't it? Laplace transform does that. The similar way, Z transform transforms it into the Z plane. U is the real axis, V is the imaginary axis. That is the Z plane. Now what is the equation which will be applied to the signal so that the signal will be transformed into the Z plane? What is that equation, general equation for transforming the signal into the Z plane?
Ma'am, that summation x
Yes,
of n z
summation
x, x of n z to the power minus n. Summation is
minus
from minus infinity to
infinity
infinity.
to plus infinity. That is important. Okay, Z transform applies from minus infinity to, it takes all the values from minus infinity up to plus infinity. Now, signal is your x of n, that is your original signal, that will be multiplied with z raised to minus n. Okay, z raised to minus n. So that z we are multiplying it with z raised to minus n, where we know what do you mean by z. Okay, let me ask what is z, expansion of z. Pranav, can you tell? Pranav Samant. Just now Shraddha explained what is z transform. What is that equation she explained? So it is summation minus infinity to plus infinity x of n into z raised to minus n, where we are multiplying your signal, original signal x of n with z raised to minus n, where n extends from minus infinity to plus infinity. Can you tell me what is z? What is the expansion of z? Pranav?
Ma'am, x of 1 into z raised to minus 1.
No, no. What is Z? Can you explain what is that Z in the Z plane? She told also initially what is Z. And I have given you about Z also, what is, how to obtain the origin, what is that magnitude of that, how to obtain the phase, what are the real and imaginary axes.
Ma'am, x of 0 plus x of 1 upon z plus x of 2 upon z square.
No, that is the expansion, isn't it? When
Yes.
I apply from minus infinity to plus infinity, I will get the series in the Z plane. My question is, we are multiplying with Z raised to minus n. What is that Z in the Z plane? How you define Z? It is U plus JV, isn't it?
Yes,
She
u plus
explained
jv.
that first. That only I am asking. It is U
Yes.
plus JV.
Yes.
Thus, the how you define Z in the Z plane. So Z is U plus JV, where U is the real axis and V is the imaginary axis, and I can obtain the magnitude under root of U square plus V square, and the phase also can be obtained. Okay,
Yes.
so
Yes, ma'am.
so that is the definition of set. Like S plane, how you define. Similarly, you can define the Z plane also. Okay. Now, what you told is the expansion of that. When I put for n the values from minus infinity to infinity, I will get a series, sum of the series. Okay. Now let us come back to the slide. Okay. So r raised to n, where n defined from greater than or equal to 0. Now Z transform, we are applying the equation of the Z transform, which is, as Shraddha told, it is from minus infinity to infinity. X of n is your original signal, which is defined here as R1 raised to n. Okay, it is multiplied with Z raised to minus n. Now, since it is a right-sided signal, since the signal exists only on the right-hand side, I can redefine the limits of the summation instead of from minus infinity to plus infinity. Now I can redefine it as 0 to infinity, and your signal x of n can be substituted as r1 raised to n, that will be multiplied with z raised to minus n. Okay, so here while I multiplied with the z with the signal r1 raised to n, the signal will get transformed into the z plane. Okay, now apply the expand the series. So since it is a infinite geometric sum series, isn't it, which exists from 0 to infinity, we have a general formula for applying the to this, that is the infinite geometric sum series formula, which you have learned in the last chapter also. The for a infinite series, what is the general formula for obtaining that? So here I am rewriting that as, instead of I am taking things inside the bracket, and I am writing r1z raised to minus 1 raised to the n. I am taking it to the power n, just rewriting it, n is common, so taken out. So I can rewrite it as r1 z raised to minus 1 whole raised to n. So this is a infinite geometric series. So applying the formula for this, That is, the formula for this is, if the summation exists from n equal to 0 to infinity, and I have a c raised to n, which raised to the power n, then I can expand this as 1 upon 1 minus c, okay, 1 upon 1 minus c, provided c should lie in the range 0 to 1. Okay, I can expand it with the help of this formula, provided the c should lies in the range 0 to 1. Okay, so if I apply this formula for this summation series, then I will obtain, what is your c here? C is r1 into z raised to minus 1, that is your c. So if I substitute for c in this formula, then I will obtain x of z as 1 upon 1 minus r1 into z inverse, where r1 into z inverse is your c. So, but the condition is here is that the c should be less than 1, and it should, or I can tell it should lie in the range of 0 to 1. So, now I can define the region of convergence with the help of this geometric sum series formula, where the condition applied here. So, using this I am going to define the region of convergence. So, here again I can expand it. This one can be written, z can be taken to the denominator. So, I will write it as r1 by z. Then again rewrite, bringing it to the numerator, I will obtain z upon z minus r1. So, this is the z transform of the signal, which signal infinite right sided signal. So, this is the formula for the z transform of the signal in the z plane. Okay, when I transform the right sided infinite signal into the z plane, it will be expressed as z upon z minus r1. Now, I want to see the region of convergence, whether the signal is going to exist in which all points in the z plane the z transform can exist. For that, I will apply this formula, that is, the c should be less than 1. I can take that condition and can see the formula for the region of convergence. So, condition to be satisfied for region of convergence is 0 less than r1 z inverse less than 1. That is, I applied the formula provided this condition is existing. So, I have to take out that and can see the region of convergence. So, r1 into z inverse should be less than 1, or I can write it as r1 by z should be less than 1, or I can tell r1 is should be less than z, or in terms of z if I write z should be greater than r1. So, value of z for the all values of z greater than r1. Okay. For all these, the z transform will exist. Okay. Or this, what is this r1 mentioned here? R1 is a circle of radius r1, value magnitude r1 in the z plane. Okay. So, any values coming outside this circle, for all those values the z transform of the right sided causal signal, infinite signal, for all those values the z transform will exist. Or I can tell x of z converges for all points external to the radius r1 in the z plane. Or again I can redefine it as ROC is the exterior of circle of radius R1 in the Z plane. If I put it in graphically here, you can draw the entire Z plane where U and JV is the axis. Now if I draw a circle of radius R1, okay, now external to that circle for all those points in the Z plane, the Z transform of the signal will exist. But if any points come inside that, it will not converge, or I can tell the Z transform of the signal will not exist for any points inside the circle. If I take any point inside the circle, for those values the Z transform of the signal will not exist, or I can tell it will not converge. Okay. So this is the way how you find out the region of convergence and the Z transform of the signal. I'll repeat once again so that the next one will be easy for you. So infinite duration, right-sided causal signal, which is defined as R1 raised to n. Since it is right-sided, it is n greater than or equal to 0. Now for the general formula for the Z transform exists from minus infinity to plus infinity x of n Z raised to minus n. Since your signal is right-sided, I can redefine the limit as 0 to infinity, your signal R1 raised to n, Z raised to minus n. Now I am writing it as the power of n. R1 Z inverse can be taken inside the bracket and can be written raised to n. So this is the general, I can apply the general formula of the geometric sum series. So it is C raised to n 0 to n equal to 0 to infinity. If that is the case, then I can expand it as 1 upon 1 minus C, provided the C should be less than 1 and greater than 0. So if I apply this formula here, x of z can be expanded as, can be written as 1 upon 1 minus C. So C is R1 into Z inverse. So I can rewrite Z can be taken to the denominator, and finally the Z transform of the signal is Z upon Z minus R1. Now to find the region of convergence, take out the condition to be satisfied, which is for the sum series formula R1 Z inverse should be less than 1 and it should be greater than 0. So take out the one which is less than that term only you need. So take out that, expand it. So finally we obtained as Z should be greater than 1. That is, value of Z should be greater than R1. So what is R1? R1 is a circle of radius R1 in the Z plane, and for all values of Z exterior to this circle R1, the Z transform will exist. So finally I can write it as ROC is the exterior of circle of radius R1 in the Z plane. So graphically also you need to show it if the derivation is asked for this. Sometimes the derivation is asked for this, to find the region of convergence and Z transform of the signal. So there you have to better at the end you graphically show also depicting the Z plane and the circle with radius R1 and mark the ROC, hatched line you can show and mark the ROC. So exterior to the circle of radius R1, the Z transform will exist. If any points comes inside the circle, Z transform will not exist. So that is why here it is mentioned in the side, the magnitude of Z should be greater than R1. That is U plus JB, whatever value you are taking for the real and the imaginary axis, both should lie outside the circle of radius R1. Now similarly, I can go for the next category, which is the left-sided signal or the anti-causal signal. So for that, again define the signal x of n, which I am renaming it as, since there we have taken R1, so let us take it as here as R2 raised to n, and since it is left-sided, n, the value of n, the limits of n should lie on the left side, so it should be less than or equal to 0. So Z transform of the signal can be again the same formula, general formula, which exists from minus infinity to plus infinity. But here I can redefine, since it is a left-sided signal, I can write it as it extends from minus infinity to 0. Okay, minus infinity to 0, x of n, Z raised to minus n. So your signal is R2 raised to n, Z raised to minus n. Now I can change the limits, the signal which is on the left hand side, I can, for the applying the sum series formula, I can change the limits of the series from minus infinity to 0. I can take it as 0 to infinity by changing the other terms. So if I change the limit of the summation, what will happen inside? That is minus infinity to 0, r2 raised to n, z raised to minus n. I am changing the limits to 0 to infinity. So if I make it 0 to infinity, what will happen? So r2 will be inverse and r2 and z will become inverse of that. So r2 into z inverse will become r2 inverse into z, since I am changing the limits of the summation. Okay, so it will become r2 inverse into z whole raised to the power n. So now I can apply, why I am changing it? To apply the sum series formula, geometric sum series formula. For that purpose I am changing the limits from minus infinity to 0, that I am changing to 0 to infinity. So you can observe the changes happening inside the, for the terms inside. So if I apply the formula, that is summation n equal to 0 to infinity c raised to n, can be written as 1 upon 1 minus c. So if I write, what is the c here? What is the term c here?
R2 inverse Z.
Yes, r2 inverse z. So 1 upon 1 minus r2 inverse z. Applying that, you will get 1 upon 1 minus r2 inverse z. So expand this, r2 will go to the denominator of z. So I can rewrite it as 1 upon 1 minus z by r2. Then again rewriting it as like this, you can write r2 by r2 minus z. So this is the z transform of the signal, left sided signal, that is r2 upon r2 minus z. Now let us see whether it exists, in which all points in the z plane the z transform of the signal will exist. For that, again take up the condition for that, that is 0 less than c less than 1. So condition to be satisfied for region of convergence is 0 less than r2 inverse z should be less than 1. So take out that less than 1 only you need to take. So it will be z by r2 less than 1, or z should be less than r2. Now how I will define? Now r2 is a circle of radius r2 in the z plane, and the z value should lie within that range. That means it will be the interior of the circle r2. Earlier it was exterior of the circle r1 in the previous case. Now it will be the interior of the circle. So the region of convergence is z should be less than r2. So term r2 represents a circle of radius r2 in the z plane. Now it will converges. The meaning of converges means the z transform x of z will exist. That is the meaning of converging. It exists for all points internal to the radius r2 in the z plane. So finally I can write this interior of the circle. Earlier it was exterior of the circle. Now it is the interior of the circle of radius r2 in the z plane. So if I draw it graphically, the hatched line will now come inside
Hello.
the circle. Yes.
Hello,
Attendance.
ma'am. Attendance.
Okay, okay.
Okay,
All
ma'am.
of you can fill the attendance. Okay, so let us continue. So here in this case, the region of convergence is inside the circle of radius R2. So graphically you can show here Z plane, draw a radius, draw a circle with radius R2 and mark it inside. That will be the region of convergence. Region of convergence in the sense for any values of u and v inside the circle, the Z transform of the signal will exist or Z transform will converge. Rest for any values outside the circle, it will not converge or the Z transform of the signal will not exist. Now the last category of the signal, now it is the combination of both, that is left-sided and the right-sided signal or non-causal signal or two-sided signal. So here I can define the signal as R1 raised to n, where R1 raised to n, u of n is the right-sided signal and R2 raised to n, u of minus n it is actually left-sided signal. So the signal exists from minus infinity to infinity, x of n, z raised to n. So Z transform will be from, are you able to understand? The definition of the signal is correct? X of n definition is correct? Is the definition for x of n is correct? Uday Raj,
Yes, ma'am.
it is correct? Can you tell me then u of n means what actually, u of n?
Unit
Step
function,
signal,
step
unit
signal.
step signal, okay. So with a magnitude 1, isn't it? So if I
Yes, ma'am.
multiply it, if I multiply any signal with a step signal, positive, that is its value extends from, its signal exists from 0 to infinity in the positive side and its magnitude is 1. So if any signal is multiplied with this, the same signal you will get in the positive side. Okay.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
so if R1 raised to n, if it is existing in the negative side also, but R1 raised to n u of n will give you obtain only a right sided signal because of u of n. Now if R2 raised to n u of n, if I define this, so whether it can be a left sided signal here, provided you give the summation separately, that limits of the summation if you give separately it can be defined, but what I have defined here, it is from this it is wrong. The definition for the signal left sided part, it is wrong because it should be u of minus n. The signal should exist, the step signal should be on the left hand side of the this axis. Okay, so it is not u of n, it should be u of minus n. Then only the definition will be correct, because here I have not mentioned the summation limits. Okay, so then I cannot directly write as R2 raised to n u of n is a left sided signal. I cannot write like that because I have not mentioned the limits. Otherwise you have to mention it as u of minus n. Okay, understood what I told?
Yes, ma'am. Understood.
Okay. Now, if I apply the limit from minus infinity to infinity, then I can segregate it as two sections, that is minus infinity to 0, R2 raised to n, because I have taken R2 as the left-sided signal. So, R2 raised to n, Z raised to minus n, plus 0 to infinity, the right-sided signal, R1 raised to n, Z raised to minus n. If I expand this, and one more thing, you have to change the limits from minus infinity to 0. This limits I have to change to 0 to infinity. So that I am doing here, 0 to infinity. If I change it, then the R2 will become inversed. So R2 raised to minus n it will become, and this will become Z raised to n. Now if I expand using the sum series formula, I will obtain two things. One is 1 upon 1 minus R2 inverse, the other one is R1Z inverse. Now the same thing, what we have done there, the same steps will be followed here. That is, one portion I will get Z should be less than R2, Z should be less than R2, and the other section I will get Z should be greater than R1. That means it should be a combination of both. That means Z should be greater than R1 and Z should be less than R2. That means the region of convergence or the Z transform for which the values of Z applied will lies in this range, greater than R1 and less than R2. Okay, so how you will define? If R2 is greater than R1, first you assume that the radius R2 is greater than R1, then there will be a region between two circles, isn't it? Anyway, R1 and R2 are two circles. So we are assuming that R2 is greater than R1. So as per our condition, x of z converges for all points in the region between two circles. Okay, or lies between the circle of radius R1 and R2. If I graphically draw that, we have two circles, one with radius R2, that is the exterior circle, and we have the interior circle R1. Okay, so what is the condition? Z should be greater than R1. Okay, one condition is Z exists for all points outside the R1, but one more condition also is existing. Z should be less than R2 also. So we will get a region between the circles R1 and R2. So that hatched line, hatched area indicates the region of convergence. That means the Z transform will exist for only those values of Z between R1 and R2. Exterior to R2 it will not exist, interior to R1 it will not exist. Only in that region we can take up the value of Z and we can find the Z transform for the signal. Okay, so this is the summarization of those three signals, and that is infinite duration signal. Left side first is right sided where it is greater than R1, second case less than R2, third case both side signals, if it is both sides it is existing, then it lies in the region between R1 and R2. Now let us do a sum. Determine the region of convergence and Z transform of x of n. This is a, can you tell what type of signal? Is it an infinite, what is right sided, left sided, finite, what kind of signal? From 6 category signals we have learned, can you tell what type of signal it is? Is it an infinite signal? If nothing mentioned about the starting of the series, then this should be first signal should be taken as x of 0. So now can you tell what type of signal? Is it an infinite signal? Is it a left-sided signal, right-sided, or both?
Right-sided signal.
Right-sided, infinite or finite?
Finite.
Finite signal. So this is a category of finite right-sided signal or finite causal signal. So let us note down the series, that is first signal, first term is x of 0 is equal to 3, second is x of 1 equal to 2, okay, and x of 2 equal to 5 and x of 3 equal to 7. So these are the terms in that. Now we know that the signal is not existing for any value less than 0 and any value greater than 3. For n value greater than 3, for n value less than 0, the signal doesn't exist. So by the definition of Z transform, if I apply it, what will be the limit you have to give for the Z transform for the signal? N should be from, what should be the limit?
0 to 3.
0 to 3. Okay. Directly you can tell it is 0 to 3 x of n z raised to minus n. So let us apply that, expand the series, that is x of 0 into z raised to 0, x of 1 into z raised to minus 1, plus x of 2 z raised to minus 2, then plus x of 3 z raised to minus 3. And x of all those values we have noted out. So just substitute for x of 0, x of 1, x of 2 and x of 3. So this is the Z transform for the finite series given in the question. Now can you tell what will be the region of convergence, whether the Z transform is going to exist for all values of Z?
Except z equal to 0.
Except Z equal to 0, rest for all the region of the Z transform is going to exist. Okay, now let us take one more example. Let us take this, generalize this. We have already seen this. This kind of questions are normally asked also for the university. X of n equal to a raised to n u of n. So from the u of n we can make out it is a right-sided. When I multiply any signal with a unit step signal which is existing in the positive side axis, if I multiply any signal, it will become a right-sided sequence. So a raised to n u of n. Now this is the signal which I am talking about is only on the right-hand side. So is it an infinite or finite sequence?
Finite.
How you came to know it is finite? N value is mentioned.
No,
N
ma'am.
limits, no, N limits are not mentioned. So if N limits are not mentioned, it will become an infinite series. So you have to use that particular formula for expanding the signal. So let us apply the Z transform for the signal. That is minus infinity to infinity a raised to n u of n z raised to minus n. Since it is a positive side, I can redefine the limits as 0 to infinity a raised to n z raised to minus n. So let us take the common take it inside the bracket and we can write it as raised to the power n. The purpose of writing this is to get that general formula like c raised to n. So c will be directly defined here itself as az inverse. Okay, so here this is the general, comes in the general formula for that geometric sum series formula. So you can apply that as this is little confusing. Rather than we will apply the formula and we can write it as, if I apply the formula, it will become 1 upon 1 minus c, where c what is here c? Az inverse. So az inverse should become less than 1, or it will be z should be greater than a, isn't it? A by z should be less than 1. So z can be written as greater than a. It is the same procedure. That is why I am skipping the steps. So z should be greater than a. So if I write the z transform for this, it will be 1 upon 1 minus c. So it is z upon z minus a. So what I did is I applied the z transform and return it to the power c raised to n, and I took the term c and applied the region of convergence formula, that is az inverse should be less than 1, and finally you got z should be greater than a. So you got z should be greater than a is the region of convergence, and if I plot it in the z plane graphically, how you will obtain? We have on the real and the imaginary axis u and jb, we have to draw a circle with radius a. Okay, so this is the z plane inside which we have a circle with radius A, and that gray color area, that is your region of convergence, because this lies, the region of convergence lies exterior to the circle with radius A. Okay, so this is the right sided sequence. Now this what is regarding the stability, that we will learn later, that is if the unit circle lies inside the circle and if unit circle lies outside the circle. Okay, depends on the value of A. What is your value of A? Depends on that. We will come to know whether the circle lies inside the circle or the unit circle lies outside the circle. So which one will be more stable? Okay, that stability we will see later, but keep it in mind, depends on the where your unit circle lies, whether it lies inside your region of convergence or when it lies outside the region of convergence, which will become more stable. That we will see later. Now we will see a left sided sequence. Okay, it is minus of n minus 1, so left sided it is. So if we apply the Z transform for that, okay, that we will see in the next class. It takes time. So today we have seen the infinite signals, their Z transform, how to get the Z transform and how to find out the region of convergence, and we have seen an example also how to expand the series in the Z plane and how to find the Z transform for that rule. Okay. Any doubt? And for the tutorial for this week, you have to, when you, some questions is not taught to you, at least once I should show how it is. So, 4th and 6th, you have to complete and come on Friday tutorial hours. Okay, 4th and 6th should be completed, and that day I will tell which all to be completed within 1 hour, and you need to submit again in the next week. Okay, so don't come and tell that you have not completed, you did not do that, because that day itself you have to submit it. I will not ask you to submit it in the next week and all. So complete this part and come. 4th and 6th of tutorial complete and come. Then the few numericals we will do on the same day. Okay. And test already I have mentioned in the group. It is rescheduled to Saturday. And topics will be from the first module. Okay. Any doubt? Otherwise, you can leave.
We have a lecture on Friday.
Yeah, on Friday is a holiday, no? No, we don't have.
And then tutorial.
You need to complete. Tutorial, whatever I am telling, that should be completed. And I will give the time. This is not meant for doing on Friday, I am telling. Whatever I am telling, the question 4th and 6th need to be completed and submitted. You have to keep it. I just upload on Friday. I will not take the tutorial hours, but you need to complete it. 4th and 6th.
Okay, ma'am.
Because more sums to be solved in the first chapter.